Hi there and welcome to Get Indie Gaming. In today's video we're going to peer into the top 5 best looking indie games coming out this May. Arguably the month prior to the annual E3 gaming convention tends to offer slimmer pickings launch-wise than other times of the year. However, for this May, there's still a good number of titles making their way into the market that are well worth getting excited about. Before we do jump into the Hot 5 for May, let's take our monthly look at a handful of titles, our honourable mentions, that didn't quite make it into the top of the list. Well to the West is a cartoony looking top-down action-adventure inspired by European adventure comics. Players take control of 4 unique characters, each with their own motivations, skills, and interweaving storylines as they seek to escape the dark shadow of an ancient prophecy. Out May 5th, PC and consoles. Up next, we have the bombastic-looking Mirage Arcane Warfare, a multiplayer sorcery-themed FPS with a look and feel inspired by the Middle East. From the team behind Chivalry Medieval Warfare, this launches on the PC May 23rd. Landing on the PC on May 17th, Bokida offers an open-world adventure with puzzle elements and a minimalistic aesthetic. The game takes place on a dormant, monochromatic world of light that gradually reveals its beauty. Having played the short demo, Bokida is certainly peaceful and intriguing. Definitely one to keep an eye out for. And last up for this month's honourable mentions, we have Impact Winter, which rolls out on the PC on May the 22nd. You play as the leader of a group of people trying to survive the aftermath of a devastating asteroid collision. You play knowing help is 30 days away. Will you or anyone else in your party still be alive come the rescue? So with this month's honourable mentions covered and put to bed, let's make a beeline straight into our main event. Up next we have the top 5 best looking indie games scheduled for launch this May. Kicking things off, we have Rabbit Story, launching on the PC on May the 16th. Here we have a top-down, cutesy adventure game with a charming-looking cast of characters and bright stylized graphics. You play as Rabbit, off on an adventure exploring the nearby woods to help distract the fluffy little thing from the guilt of forgetting one of his or her friends' birthdays. While out and about on the journey, Rabbit encounters and befriends a new acquaintance called Doggy, and together they go about collecting hidden carrots, searching out mushrooms for soup, chopping down branches, and bumping into the odd ghost every once in a while. All told, with Rabbit Story, the game is seeking to explore and portray the feelings and emotions of human relationships, how delicate they are and how quickly friendships can be made or lost. It's an interesting premise, and with the art style and adorable animal characters, one that's liable to appeal perhaps to younger audiences or to those who enjoy a lighter gaming experience within the hidden subtleties of its wider message. Tumble Seed appears to be one of those rare gaming experiences that's unlike anything else currently out there to play. Launching May 2nd on the PC, PlayStation 4 and the Switch, here we have an energetic looking game that's focused around a seed positioned on a rotatable moving platform. The goal seems simple enough: work your way up to the top of the vertically scrolling procedurally generated mountain while missing the numerous holes and critters along the way. Tumble Seed won't be for everyone though, with what appears a steep learning curve and a difficult to master control mechanic. Given also this is an out and out roguelike, we can expect to find this jolly hard and at times a repetitive experience. However, as someone who doesn't tend to gravitate to this genre, Tumble Seed certainly has got my attention and has me smitten. In Old Man's Journey, which takes May's number 3 slot, we have an emotional, puzzle-led, hand-drawn adventure. The game follows the story of an elderly white-haired gent as we uncover the precious moments, broken dreams, and altered plans of his past. With its attractive and yet muted pastel colour palette, this one's art style is markedly different to the current trend, and one I find myself tremendously attracted to. Delving into the gaming mechanics, puzzles are solved by manipulating and altering the landscape via a drag of the mouse or finger on the screen. Doing so allows the character to walk up steep hills or to potter down a flight of steps. Likewise, making changes to the environment can allow objects to interact with other parts of the scenery that in turn aid the player's progress. Coming in at around the 90-minute playtime, if you're looking for something different, subtle and reflective, Old Man's Journey could very well be one of the highlights of the year. Coming out May the 18th, PC and mobiles. Popping into the runner-up slot we have Nog, a striking-looking puzzle game out May the 2nd on the PlayStation 4 that's best enjoyed via their VR headset. Inspired by the likes of Bluebird Toys' Polly Pocket and Mighty Max, it's a psychedelic whirlwind experience with each of the game's brightly coloured levels taking the form of a robotic head that contains a tiny world. By interacting and playing with the heads whilst poking about the various buttons, switches and other contraptions, the secrets of the levels are gradually revealed. As alluded to earlier, having bought and played this title prior to the video going out to air, I found the most enjoyable way to play is via the VR headset. Sure, it all works fine on a standard flat screen, although within the VR setting the game's shapes almost felt real and tactile, like you could reach out and actually play with them. With its unique visual stylings, wonderful soundtrack and puzzle structure that's inventive, intuitive and never feels unfair, with Nog we have an instant classic. In what for some will come as no surprise, in this month's number 1 position, way out there in the lead comes Rime, one of, if not the most hotly anticipated indie game of the year. After nearly a 4-year wait and having been greenlit by Microsoft before going over to Sony as an exclusive, Rime lands with us on May 26th on multiple platforms with a Switch version expected later in the year. In Rime, we have a single-player puzzle game that puts you in the shoes of a young boy who finds himself on a mysterious island after being shipwrecked. In order to escape the island, players must solve environmental-based puzzles which range from moving blocks about the place to altering the location of the moon. All that aside, the art direction and styling is what makes this game on the face of it unmissable. Sure, comparisons with Ico, The Last Guardian and The Windwalker are inevitable, although the bright and vivid colours used here, together with the dynamic lighting mechanics, sets this apart from almost anything indie I've seen over the past few years. I'm particularly drawn to Rime's gameplay that forgoes combat, with the emphasis firmly on exploration and puzzling. Players will need to use their ability to jump, roll and shout, the latter being a key aspect where the player's voice is used to open doors or to trigger platforming challenges. Aside from a small on-screen prompt showing when the character can grab a ledge or light a torch with his voice call, you're pretty much left alone to work things out for yourself. If you do get really stuck, an orange fox pops into the frame from time to offer a hint on which direction to take. It's in these subtle and little sort of details that I take great enjoyment from, and while the route to market for Rime has been somewhat haphazard with a AAA game developmental timeframe, the finished product looks delightful and engaging in equal measure. So everyone, thanks once again for stopping by Get Indie Gaming for this monthly launch roundup and showcase. It's always great to hear your thoughts and feelings on the games we featured here today, and likewise if you think we've missed anything, please feel free to make a comment in the section below. We try our best to be as interactive as possible, and rest assured we read everything that's posted. Get Indie Gaming will return later this May with our monthly trailer roundup, Kickstarter showcase and our overview of games out in the market that you might have missed first time around. Here's hoping to see you all here again soon, and until next time, thanks for watching.